This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. If you click on the link in the description below, it'll take you to their store and they'll know I sent you there. Before we do another sealed for Core Set 2020, I want to remind everyone that my content is sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can visit their website by clicking on the panel below with their logo or the link below on YouTube, and they'll know I sent you there. So let's go ahead and jump in to another sealed. This might be our last sealed. We may do drafts on online again tomorrow. We'll see. Ew. We got some questionable rares. This one's like maybe the worst card in the set. This one requires significant help to be good. This one is unplayable. This one is good, but not amazing. We have two really situational cards that have really high ceilings, but sometimes just aren't going to be very good. An Icon of Ancestry is... Icon of Ancestry is only good if you have a bunch of creatures with the same type. So we'll see what we got here, but it doesn't look promising. You know, our white on this first page, things look pretty good. Yep, white looks pretty solid. Blue. 3 Boreal Elementals is pretty good, I think. Also, why isn't this a snow creature? Anyway, I know that it's a core set, so they didn't want to do that. Okay, Disfigure, Vampire of the Dire Moon. That looks pretty good. And 2 Murders. Black looks real good. Yeah, black looks the best so far. Red does not look so good. Okay, Moldervine Reclamation's pretty great. Sucks having all of these duds for rares. Yeah, blue-black probably makes the most sense. Yeah, what kind of fixing do we have? I kind of skimmed past that. Yeah. So, we can easily splash things from blue-black. I mean, black is a definite because we just have such strong cards in black. Probably only want 1 Soul Salvage. Yeah, Epicure is probably fine. We have enough little ways to gain life. Abomination might make the cut, but it might also be an easy cut. But yeah, blue-black does look best. I don't think we want Fairy Miscreant when you've only got 2 of them. Do we have... we do have Vial of Dragonfire, don't we? That makes him far more playable. Granted, yeah, we'll put 1 in if our deck is deep enough without him, we won't play him or the Vial, but... I'm not sure what your question... You said... are you saying, do you know how to use draft entries on Arena? I don't know what a draft entry is. So... yeah, we don't need this nonsense. Although, maybe we kind of do need them as a 2-drop. Although in sealed, you know, we have 4 1s, so we're probably okay actually. Yeah, and I think we probably want Flood of Tears. It's going to be narrow. I mean, it often is, but I think running 1 is fine. And yeah, we can probably cut Feral Abomination. Yeah, we have 3 ways of gaining life, 4 ways of gaining... oh, never mind, we have 6. So Epicure Blood's looking a little better. Yeah, this looks pretty good to me. Now the question is, we do have mana that can fix. We can easily splash... fairly easily splash either red, white, or blue. White we can splash the easiest. It's too bad we can't easily splash Moldervine Reclamation, but what are you going to do? Yeah, we don't really have anything. So we can splash basically anything. If there's anything worth splashing is the key. And I'm not sure there is. Nope, that's kind of sad. How do we not have any white cards we're splashing? We really don't, though. Aerial Assault's okay, but I think we have good enough removal without it that we don't need to, like, go into that. So, yeah, we don't have anything we're splashing. So, this will be our deck. Yeah, I think that's about right. We don't have... Oh, let's check our creature types real quick. Spirit Pirate, Vampire, Vampire, Fish, Elemental Wizard, Bird, Pirate. Yeah, we don't have enough of anything to make it make sense to run our artifact thingy. Nope. I don't think we want Manifold Key. Yeah, the only time you have enough, I think that's really only going to happen most of the time in draft. It's hard to make it work in limited and sealed. Yeah, deck looks pretty sweet for one that had, fairly underwhelming rares for the most part. So, yeah. All right, let us... No, I didn't update the number of drafts with my last draft/sealed, really, is what it should say, but there's only so much space. Yeah, so far I would agree this format's better than War of the Spark. This looks pretty good. Maybe we'll just unsummon someone's Drakuseth like 5 times. Like our last opponent. Man, we would have really liked Scholar of the Ages to get back all of our stuff. Thanks for the follow, Modern Preacher. To get back all of our spells, that would have been pretty sweet. What are you gonna do? Yeah, you can do drafts on Magic Online, Voidbanger. Thank you for the follow, Oastru. Like, I'm pretty okay with this trade. Thank you also for the follow, Phelan. A lot of follows in a row right there. Is that something worth unsummoning, or do I just wait till I get Agonizing Siphon mana? Oh, well. Now I can disfigure it, but I think... Let's go ahead and disfigure it while we can. Yeah, the great thing about this format, I think, is while there are bombs, they're like bombs that were more carefully designed. You know, to put it bluntly. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and Agonizing Siphon this. Like, you know, we had Drakuseth in our last sealed, and that's a bomb. Sure, if you get to attack with it, you win. But the fact that it dies to so many things in this format makes that matter a lot less. Oops. Trying to play a land. But yeah, we'll go ahead and play our Boreal Elemental. Sounded like I said Arboreal Elemental, which is probably also a Magic card. She's not that broken either, Modern Preacher, because she dies to so many things, and she costs 7 mana. She doesn't have a God Clause, you know? That's what I think really messed things up. Take 5. Okay, so we're gonna attack. Are we? Yeah. We're going to take a few more hits, but I think we're going to stabilize in the long run. well. Works for me. End our turn. Do I just trade Gorging Vulture? Probably not. Maybe I do. 5, 8, 10. I mean, if I can coax out a trick, that would be cool. If I don't, I'm kind of okay with that too. If I get to unsummon in response to a trick like this, then I feel a lot better. Yeah, so that's what we'll do. Keeps our Vulture alive, gets rid of one of our opponent's cards, so works out for me, I think. Hey, who said you could have one of those? Okay, so so we're just going to murder him finally. Well, what to do, what to do, what to do. I think for now, what I do is just in my turn. They can start drawing cards with their Destructive Digger, unfortunately, but kind of think I'm, yeah, they're going to do it now. Well, we could use our other Boreal Elementals, huh? Yeah, we're just gonna chill. Leave up our murders and whatnot. Yeah, now we have both murder and unsummon up. I don't think War of the Spark was a great draft format. I do think some people hate on it more than it probably needs to be. So now they can make Cloud Kinseer unblockable. How much of a problem is that for me? It's a little bit of one, but it's not the end of the world. I mean, they have to tap down 2 creatures every turn to do it, right? So I could actually get an opening here to attack them for 7 back if I unsummon 1 Boreal Elemental and murder the other one. Oh, I don't have the mana to do both right this second, actually. Thank you for the sub, Mokata. I think I am going to use unsummon, though. Ugh. Fine. Murder the other one. I think we're in trouble. I mean, I drafted the format about 60 times, and I would say there were bombs in that format that were probably too powerful, like that caused games to not be fun. Now, I do think it's overblown. I don't disagree with you there. I think a lot of people really thought the format was more busted than it was because of that stuff. Yeah, we're in trouble here. And because there were so many bombs, there was actually a decent chance you could get one of those bombs, in which case you were kind of in okay shape. So, you know, everybody had bombs, but still, I don't think a format where there are bombs that are completely unbeatable, like maybe one or two of those is fine. I don't really think there's a bomb in this format that's completely unbeatable, basically. And I think that's a good thing. Yeah, it's not all about bombs, you're right. But I'm just saying there are bombs that are problematic. And there were too many of them. Now, again, I do agree. I think a lot of people thought the format was horrible because of it, because of that stuff, and it just wasn't. It was fine. It was a fine format. It just wasn't a great format. It was pretty average. I'd probably give it like a C+ for War of the Spark. Dominaria is like an A. M19 is like a... probably also a C+. This game's not looking good for us. They topped both cards they just hit, which is a little concerning. Yep, that's gonna kill us before too long, unless we find a way to kill that goblin smuggler. If we can kill the smuggler, we go back into a board stall. Yeah, that's not gonna help really. Gotta end our turn. Thank you for the follow. The year is 200x. This is where we could use one of those bombs we didn't get. Rain of Tears would be pretty good right here. Too bad we don't have it. Too bad we milled it. What do we have left in our deck, actually? Yeah, what this deck really needed is a Scholar of Ages. Like, that would have, I think, made it considerably better. Okay, so we got to draw removal. Okay, well, we can take another shot at it. Unless they counter it. Yeah. And now we're dead. That was rough. You mean murdering the smuggler? Yeah, I mean, in hindsight, definitely murdering the smuggler would have been better. But yeah, I mean, I was probably trying to be too aggressive. Right, this is a keeper. It'll be interesting to see if we can make this card work. It's definitely the kind of card that could end up being terrible. It's hard to gauge. they're taking their time. There we go. All right, so I mean, sure, it can end up being an issue some of the time, but most of the time that's not going to come up. Modern Preacher. I mean, the fact that it mills stuff isn't a downside at all in most decks. It's an upside. So you gain a little bit of life. It works, gives you synergy with things like Soul Salvage. Granted, our deck ended up with not nearly as much ways to take advantage of graveyard stuff as I would like, since, you know, it was sealed. We're going to need more black mana soon. I'll tell you that much. Renowned Weaponsmith. I'm summoning somebody here. Let's have it be the Weaponsmith. And yeah, I think we're still good to attack here. Because of Soul Salvage, like, we can trade and attack pretty aggressively with Vampire of the Dire Moon and not get too upset about it. I'm about to get upset about not having another swamp, though. This is about to be able to produce a ton of mana. Yeah, so... yeah, not good. That is not good. Yeah, it's sealed, Cokes. Are you asking if I'm Canadian? The answer is no. Okay. Well, there are worse things to have in play when you got Soul Salvage in your hand. Granted, the board we're looking at isn't exactly one where Vampire of the Dire Moon is going to shut things down. What did I say that makes you think I'm Canadian? Ah. Nope, that's not me. The Mana Leak is. We have some similar content. Dear God. I think we're in trouble. What a surprise. Our draft went well today. First seal didn't, and this one is not looking like it's going to be off to a good start either. I mean, we're not toast yet or anything, but... okay. Interesting. That's pretty helpful, actually, on a board like this one. We can wait to flash it in, so we may as well. Here's a big boy who we're going to need to do something about at some point. So, yeah. Okay. Makes sense. Either one of those is pretty good against us right now, unfortunately. Nope, no pre-release for me. I mean, I've basically already done it on Magic Online, Magic Arena, I mean, between the early access event and this week's streams. Alright, so we're going to flash in our Sailor. Hey, there's the other black mana we desperately needed. Alright, end our turn. Blood of Tears, kind of okay on this board, but definitely not anything special. Alright, so what they're going to do is, after I block with my Vampire, use their Vial of Dragonfire. I think at that point I use Murder. So... Alright. So obviously that's their plan. Yeah, we'll block. This is a weird game. Like, they have so many cards in play. There we go. I was going to say, they have so much stuff in play, but they're not really pressuring us. Costs 5 mana to murder a Boreal Elemental. So I kind of think I need to leave that up. Yeah. Dang. Okay. Bring in the thunder. What do I want to kill the most? Is it that Netcaster Spider? Probably. Then I'm going to use Murder on Boreal Elemental. Been waiting for them to attack us all out. Knew it had to come at some point. Another flyer. Okay, so I think we soul salvage. Get back both vampires. Play one of them. And play Moat Piranhas. If I could get rid of that Scorcher, when I cast Flood of Tears, they won't get back. They'll lose those tokens forever. So that might be cool. Rain of Tears is pretty bad right now. It's just like if your opponent's going this wide on you, like what can you do about it? Not a lot. Okay, so we're just gonna take this. Yeah, so far in this sealed, we've just basically been dominated 2 matches in a row, 2 games in a row. Seems that way. Alright, so I think we're going to do Flood of Tears just because we can, mostly. Flood of Tears. I think we need to play Moat Piranhas, probably. Pretty funny to bounce the whole board, but I don't really think it matters. They can rebuild pretty quickly. Yeah. Well, it's actually going to buy me a couple more turns because they decided to play out a bunch of mana dorks first. And we can actually draw a card with our Spectral Sailor. Murder, murder. That is like, you know, Scholar of Arts, or what? That's not what it's called. But the 7 mana 3/3 that gets you back 2 instants and or sorceries from your graveyard would be pretty great right about now. Buying myself time to draw cards could actually end up mattering. I mean, it's not like our deck doesn't have a bunch of flying win conditions. It does. We just don't have them. And any flyer obviously can shut down Metropolis Sprite, so... feel like they should have done that in their first main phase and just attacked with everything. Actually, they could have played Embercat and Scorcher on that last turn, and that probably would have been real bad for us. Okay, that's pretty nice. Will it keep us alive? We'll find out. Oh, good. Glad they have one of those. We could stall out for a pretty long time. This game is interesting. Or maybe it's not interesting. But it's interesting because it's so uninteresting. We're both just playing mostly a bunch of commons. Now, Nightpack Ambusher is going to start spitting out a token every turn. They don't do anything. And that's a problem. Yeah. We're just going to take one. Something really high. Yep. So they start getting one of those every turn. We have double Spectral Sailor. Okay. Into our turn. So I can probably flash in one Sailor to kill this Sailor. I mean, to kill their Scorpion. Having two doesn't really make a difference in terms of, like, our intended card draw engine plan here. Soon, I think I hope we'll be able to go wide enough that Boreal Elemental will be able to just start attacking. That's the hope. Okay, well, we're going to draw a card in response to that. So now we have to give up a Spectral Sailor if we do want to block. What happens if they attack me with everything right now? I don't think I'm dead. Lifelink keeps me alive, yeah. These Death Touchers are the only reason we haven't lost this game long ago. I think we're going to block that with Gorging Vulture here. I would rather have a Spectral Sailor, honestly, so. And the Lifelinkers and all that stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, these wolves are just going to kill us eventually. But it's kind of funny to see how long this is going to take. We can now damage them when our vampires block. That's exciting. mean, I really don't need that much help from my Boreal Elemental to be able to attack. Just a little. Just a little bit of help. That'll do. Alright, so let's attack with our Boreal Elemental. Hello, Lollipop Gambler. Alright, so let's play Octo Prophet. Yeah, he should be throwing the wolves at my face. That's probably the right move. Oh man, I think this figure is going to be far more useful on this kind of board state than, yeah. Plus, we can actually draw it and play it if we want to. And we can use it to kill that Metropolis sprite, which may open things up for us. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 attackers, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blockers. I gain 2 life back. Most of my blocks can kill their... Oh, well, now we're going to have to disfigure that. Yeah, most likely. Most likely that's what we'll need to do. Oh my god. You know, it looked like we might be able to hold on to this thing and find a way out of it, and then this turn happened. So +2/+0 to all elementals. Oh man.
Oh, I just want to hug all those fire critters.
It's not good. Let's see how they attack. Can we find a way to survive? Seems unlikely. But we're going to try. Okay. Pass to blockers. I'm going to block you. Going to block you. Going to block you. I don't think there's any way to survive. So, Epicure blocks one of these wolves. Octoprophet blocks one of these. Oh, I actually don't need to block one of these X2s because I can kill it with... Yeah, definitely killing the wolf-making wolf. So I can use this to block something else entirely. Like one of these 3 damage guys. And then... So that makes it so that 4, 7, 9, 10 damage gets through. It's going to go down to 8. Man, I can only go up to 7. Well... think we're dead, but what are you gonna do? Most of our creatures win combat, it just doesn't matter. Like, -3 is not enough life. Oh man, this deck does not seem good, but I'm fairly sure we don't have anything better that we can do. Like what can be better? I mean, I think this is our best deck. It has a bunch of flyers and a bunch of removal. Like, what else can you do? Yeah, he definitely didn't need a Dirtle as long as he did, but it ended up not mattering in the end. I don't know if I've ever 0-3'd on Arena. You know, 1-3, sure. So let's try to avoid that. And this is like all our hands look like, and they all look fine, but they haven't panned out so far. All right. Sure. I'm not gonna unsummon that. Okay. I think we're gonna use Agonizing Siphon. Okay, so wish I had another island so I could play Octoprofit and Unsummon. It's pretty annoying that I can't. Alright, we'll play Octoprofit. More blue mana is kind of needed, but I think... Do I need to draw it first to be happy? I don't think so. I think we'd rather draw it second. We're not going to block with the Vulture, so may as well get in there. Alright, so block Thicket Crasher. If they have a trick, it's not going to be good news. Okay, they don't. Play Boreal Elemental here. So they're going to start using Elvish Reclaimer to search for lands. Some nice fixing. Eventually he becomes a 3/4. Thins out their deck. Nice little value guy. Doesn't do a ton, but he does some things. It's going to become like a situation where, like, do I just murder that Netcaster Spider? No, I murder that Herald of the Sun, obviously. Although I could bounce it. Play our Seer and see what happens. Yeah. Kind of considering bouncing it and then... Yeah, that's not going to work. Do we just have to end our turn? Yeah, we kind of do. Well. I think that's what we have to murder now. Protection from blue is a nightmare. Okay, well, now we do the other murder. God, this deck sucks. Like, it hasn't ever felt good. Despite the fact that we're loaded up with removal and decent common flyers, like, it just doesn't seem to be enough against, at least against the opponents we played. Like, it's just been like, this is the best creature in my deck, you know? That's not a good place to be. Yeah, and that's kind of a problem. I mean, I guess Cloud Conceer is probably a better creature, but this is like our finisher. You know, it's like, ugh. And I can't really attack. Like, I don't have good defensive creatures. I wouldn't have guessed on paper this deck was so bad, but, you know, actually playing it, it's felt pretty bad. And we didn't really have a better option, I don't think. And our sealed pool was pretty putrid. I think this was the best we could do, and I mean, I think it could have succeeded, but against other people playing flyers and creatures with reach and stuff, it's just like, you can't do a whole lot. I mean, the best I can do, hold on to all of our removal, use it to kill whatever they try to win the game with, and make the game go forever like we did last time. This is going to be the dreaded 0-3 sealed, which may have permanently tainted sealed for me. For this format, I mean, not forever. Tomorrow, yeah, I think I'll probably just draft on Magic Online all day, even though the viewership for playing Arena is higher. Yeah. Morning, panoramic view. Day's going all right. We did a draft on Magic Online that went well. Done 2 sealeds that haven't gone so well. A couple of mediocre at best decks. Okay, so I'm gonna block here. So I do have Murder and Unsummon, which definitely complicates things for our opponent. I could just double block the Herald of the Sun here. Take 5. I don't hate that plan. Let's see what happens. If they have a trick, I can blow it out. Oh, yeah, they do have a trick. Okay, so we're going to murder Herald of the Sun. Don't have Gods Willing. Oh, thank God. The gods aren't willing. And then we're going to unsummon Centaur Courser. We're going to take 9, but I'm kind of okay with that. Okay. Still can't really attack, actually. I was going to attack with, like, one of my small creatures, but it's not a good idea. This will draw us a bunch of cards, though. In fact, we can draw 2 with it right away. Come on, we don't have to 0-3. We can prevail. Hopefully. Maybe. Man. Why they gotta be like that? At least they had to pay 4 mana for it, you know? Alright, so I think what I most want to do is double block this guy. And, yeah, go to 3. So many small creatures. Well... Get in there, Spectral Sailor. Yeah. Fine. Be that way. Take away any hope I might have had of success. Ooh, who do we got in our graveyard? That's a nasty. That is a good time for soul salvage. So. I'm leaning towards Boreal Elemental, Vampire, yeah. Which means I can attack with that. And then, yeah, Boreal Elemental. Oh my god, are we gonna find a way to win this one? Seems possible. Yeah, it's getting more likely the more we draw cards like that. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll just hold on to this figure. Can we get there? Yeah, that Soul Salvage came at the exact right time. And maybe our deck just needs to run 2 of those, because... I mean, we have enough grindy cards without it, but maybe we do just need 2. I mean, I kind of hate running 2 of them because they are so hit or miss, but when they're good, they're good. And in a deck with Death Touchers, it gets even better, but... Of course, it's even better than that if a deck actually has bombs, you know, so... Alright, we dodged the 0-3. At least we did that. It's sad when that becomes your goal, but, you know, you gotta have realistic goals. Yeah, so do we want to just bring in a second Soul Salvage? And the other thing we might want to do, we might just want this guy, sadly enough. Yeah, I think we just cut Flood of Tears. It's been hugely disappointing. Surprise, surprise. I did think it was going to be good enough, but I think I imagined when I evaluated the card, I imagined like the ideal scenario would happen way more often than it does. It almost never happens. So, yeah, I think maybe just bringing in that big boy is what we want to do. I don't know that we need to worry about. Yeah, that works. Sea Serpent. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's probably a good idea. You are correct. Just like, what do I cut? Fathom Fleet Cutthroat, maybe? Sure. Yeah. We need those big, meaningful guys who can actually block late to have a chance, I think. So, yeah. We drew really well, and that's the only thing that helped us avoid the 0-3. All right. This looks pretty nice. I think we'll play the vampire first. You know, in a world where we have soul salvage, I'm okay with an aggressive trade here. I'm also okay with hitting them because that means it's a race we can win. Yeah, but we'll flash in Spectral Sailor at the end of their turn. We'll attack with both. Obviously, aerial assault's a risk, but I think it's an okay risk. We come out way ahead in terms of mana efficiency, if that's what they do. They pay 3 to kill a 1-drop, you know? So, yeah. Frost links. Too bad we didn't get any of those. Alright, so we're going to take 1. Okay, so I think we'll probably just play Agonizing Siphon on their flyer. And yeah, I'm not really as interested in this trade because they may be able to get another trigger out of the Frost Links if I do let it die. It doesn't look like they have black mana, so maybe that's not as much of an issue. And there's the Aerial Assault. Okay, so... yeah, we'll just play Boreal Elemental here. I'm glad I can unsummon the token, but still pretty obnoxious. I can actually, it's not going to be nearly as good, but I could theoretically unsummon the Master Splicer and then block the token, but then they just play it again and get another token. So, alright, so we're going to attack. Things are looking pretty good for us right now. Best they have in an early game, I think, for this deck the whole time. We did win one, but we didn't look good early. And this time we're looking good-ish early. I mean, I definitely trade for the Golem if they let me. So yeah, they have to pay 5 if they want to use another Aerial Assault. Okay. 2 and 3. Can we fight our way back up to 3 and 3 after starting miserably? Maybe. We're just going to win 7 in a row after that start. That's what I think is going to happen. This seems like so many of our hands have looked like this. Definitely a keep. I'm going to feel pretty good coming out of this with a 2 and 3 in the end, I think. Nothing I click on this board does anything. That's disappointing. No, we did draw a double black quickly. I like that part. Probably need to murder him right away. Well, the good news about Fencing Ace is there's a good chance our opponent's planning on doing something fancy with it, which means that we can probably get some value out of Unsummon. Just have to see. I'm also willing to trade a Blood Burglar for it, I think. Yeah, so that's what we thought might happen. No Angelic Gift. They can replay him, of course, but... Okay, Boreal Elemental. Attack with a Boreal Elemental. Play another one. So we have all our big boys in our hand, and we only need one more land to start playing them. Plus we still have a murder to deal with anything that might be a major problem. Man, I can get a pretty nasty blowout here. So I attack with both Eagles. I mean, Elementals. Theoretically, they block with Dawning Angel, and then I use Murder to kill Empyrean Eagle. Yeah, so... Shrinks it back down, yeah. Wow, we have fought our way back to 3-3. And it hasn't had much to do with how we changed our deck, because we haven't played the things we changed, but... That's pretty nice to have gotten back all the way back up to 3-3 after a very miserable start. Whew, I think we can keep this. It's a little hard on the draw, but I think it's still a keep. I think Agonizing Siphon can sort of get you back where you need to be. And, well, we drew a 1-drop anyway, because now our luck has reversed, apparently. Meanwhile, our opponent seems to be having a slow start. Wow. I feel like a red-green deck doesn't usually have this bad of luck. Oh yeah, that's going to feel good to kill with our Siphon. We lose the same amount of mana, but I gain life, so I think I come out ahead. So then we go Elemental Abomination. That seems pretty good. You're a Thrall. I did not realize that until now. Wow. Well, maybe this deck doesn't suck as much as I thought it did. We need to... we, you know, had a mix. Because now we're way ahead on board and we have Murder. And that tends to feel pretty good. So, they are in the elemental colors, so Could actually work out for them. Works pretty well right there. Alright, so we attack with both. Play Feral Abomination. Now we're going to see if adding a couple big guys does make a difference. I think it does. Well, that's annoying. That would have been a very brave attack. We are in real good shape now. God, this deck's gonna end up going 4-3. I can feel it. At least 4-3. That is silly. That Frostlynx is not great news, but the double Spectral Sailor in our hand makes it a little less of a problem, but it's still not something I'm happy about. Frostlynx is nasty. We can play them and then draw one card, which is kind of ridiculous. To be frank. Get in there, sailors. So we've got mana for murder. We've got mana to draw cards. They're going to use their Icon of Ancestry here. They must have something else they're considering doing. I wonder what it could be. I don't know. There's not that much. Flame Sweep would be bad. Okay. Yeah, this isn't the best place for my camera. Revealing their Chandra's Embercat doesn't really do anything there. Oh, well, that's not good. Can kill both my Spectral Sailors. Thanks for the follow, Kiriga54. Okay. Kills both of these guys. Do I want to draw another card? I think I do. We can use Murder on our turn.
Get out of my way. Or, you know, don't.
I think I have to murder both of them and attack them and kill them. Which, you know, it sounds like a good option, right? So murder. Murder. Wow. We've won 4 in a row with a deck that started 0-2, and it was not like a good 0-2. It was an ugly 0-2. So who knows where we're going with this thing now. We're on a win streak. So far, I mean, I think like most sealed formats, Sanuzoku, it is more grindy than it is fast. And I don't know. I mean, I think in terms of commons and stuff, I think black probably has the best commons, but I think all the colors are fairly equally playable. I mean, it doesn't really, like, when you play sealed, you just have to play the color where your removal and your good cards are. I mean, so it doesn't really help much to think of any color being better than any of the others most of the time, would be my advice. Because you just got to play what you got to play. So, you know, yeah. Okay, well, something to disfigure. I don't think I'm going to worry about disfiguring it right now. I'm going to add to the board instead. So this might be an aggressive deck. I just said the format's not aggressive, but our opponent's playing Loyal Pegasus, so good chance they're aggressive. Alright, I'm going to play another Vampire. Too bad we didn't have Sorin. We have enough Vampires in this deck that Sorin would have been, like, kind of okay. You know? No, I mean, this format I don't think is bomb-heavy enough that you can say it's a format where whoever casts the best bomb always wins. They're bombs, but I don't think the format is quite like that. So, I think I just take this and then disfigure the Goblin Smuggler on our turn. May not even do that. I may just play Cloudkin Seer. Plus, my deck has no bombs, Sanuzoku, and I'm 4-3, so you can win without them. So, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna block. Let's block. I can kill either of these with Disfigure later, but let's block the flyer. We have a lot of flyers, and getting one out of the way seems worthwhile. Get one flyer out of the way, and what do you see? Okay, so we're going to attack with both. We can use Disfigure to kill the Protector if we have to, and then we can use Murder if we have to. Okay. Do we need to use Murder? I don't think so. Not yet, anyway. Surprised me positively in terms of power level. Ooh. Well, we're going to have to disfigure that, probably. Those two combined are gross. Trying to think about that. Reduced to Ashes has felt better than I expected it to, overall. Take 3. The 6 mana 5/5 elemental that you can pay 5 green for to have it make a land into a 5/5 creature has been in sealed better than I expected it to be. It's easier to get the 5 green mana than I thought. So we're going to go ahead and disfigure the Vanguard here. And no, we're not. That's not good. That's not the kind of news I wanted. Okay. Be that way. So I think we attack with both of these. And then I think I'm gonna actually murder the Griffin Protector. It hits harder. I mean, the Vanguard can make a 1/1, but what's the big deal, you know? Our Moat Piranhas are around. They may be planning on making it unblockable, but again, what's the big deal? So they're gonna attack. not too much of a surprise there. Oh, they can make it unblockable if they tap down their whole board. That's kind of funny. Okay. Well, that's obnoxious. Okay. Well, we're going to play our Frilled Sea Serpent, and then I think we have to end our turn. Maybe about to top out at 4-3, but again, we started 0-2, an ugly 0-2, so I'll take a 4-3 all day. I thought for sure this was going to be my first 0-3 ever on Arena, so we really turned it around overall. Yeah, this token making shenanigans is not a lot of fun. I think Goblin Smuggler, actually, another card that's been better than I expected, at least in Sealed. I think I gave it a D+ in my set review. It's more like a C so far. We'll see if that carries over into Draft. I have done 4 drafts, but it's not as many of it as I've done Sealed. Okay, that murder's nice. Okay, so I say, what do I say? I say we attack with our Frilled Sea Serpent here. I'm sure they chump block it, but if they try to do something fancier, we can really blow them out with murder. Okay, they don't. So we don't get a blowout, but we do 4 to them, which I think I'll take. Yeah, end our turn. They may have aerial assault to kill our Sea Serpent. That may be why they were willing to just take it. That's obnoxious. Right after I said the Smuggler has impressed me power level wise. Okay, so I think it's probably time to just murder this thing. Yeah, we're just gonna murder you, buddy. Unless you have another God's Willing. Surely you don't, right? I mean, there we go. They can still make something unblockable, but it's not as much of a problem. Yeah, hitting me for 1 is a lot better than hitting me for 2. Math. Flash you in. Hopefully you start drawing cards off of you. You can also attack, actually. Okay, well, I think I am going to attack with Spectral Sailor and Frilled Sea Serpent here. So I mean, you know, they can block with a golem and a couple tokens or whatever, but they're just chump blocking. I think we're pretty happy with that decision. So we're gonna play Gorging Vulture now. Gains us some life, hopefully, and yeah. Did not gain us any life, but it kept us from drawing 4 lands in a row, so I think I'll take it. I mean, at some point, these vampires can start attacking, too. Not sure when that point is, but... So, Smuggler is smuggling a smuggler. Makes sense. We have we have a dead Cloudkin Seer, and that's it, huh? So... Four, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they're going to have to block something here. And I think that makes it worthwhile. Plus I gain life. Plus I can just get back the vampires if they die. Yeah. Probably get back a vampire and a seer, I think. Assuming that's what happens here. Hello, 11 Secret Herbs and Spices. Welcome back. Things have turned around considerably since our 0-2 start with this. We're now 4-3. Okay, so they didn't kill anything, which is not ideal. However, I think I'm okay with it. We're just going to soul salvage back Cloudkins here. And play it. So, can they kill us here? Let's hope not. Ooh. I think they may be able to kill me here. Five, 6, 10. It's only 9 damage, actually. I think we got there. Actually, this makes it even harder for them to find a way to not die, so I'm just going to play it. Five and 3 now. After an ugly... 5 and 2. 5 and 3 at worst is what we're going to be. After that ugly start. This has been an interesting one. I don't know if I've ever had a deck turn it around quite as much as this one has. Starting 0-2 as badly as it did, and then somehow getting to 5 wins and maybe more. I'll be right back, and then we'll finish this draft up. Alright, I am back. And yeah, that's true. Best of ones are part of what can make it that swingy, that's for sure. I was just happy to get to 3 and 3, and so getting to 5 and 3 with this is feeling really good. I think we can keep this. I mean, there's no blue mana, but we're on the draw. We have a 2-drop and a 3-drop. I think we'll be okay. Blood Burglar. Yep, it'll probably go up on YouTube next week as one of the videos for next week. Ooh. He's nasty to actually get to play. Wow, why? What? Why? I guess it's a race they would lose? I don't know. Seems strange to me. It has been a rough run. In fact, we had to put in Frilled Serpent because I didn't think our deck was good enough at the late game. We kept running into trouble. But since we sided in Frilled Sea Serpent and Feral Abomination, the deck did get better. Now, they didn't show up every game or anything, but the deck did get better. Okay, so we are going to attack for 2. Take that. Play our Octo Prophet. We don't really need another swamp. I'll take a vampire, though. Yeah, we opened up a sealed pool, for those of you who didn't see from the beginning, that had all horrible rares. We're not playing any of our rares. So that was not a good place to start. But yeah, I think it'll work out in the long run. Okay. It has worked out in the long run, I should say. So I think we attack with our Vulture. If they want to trade, that's cool with us. It's less cool if they have a trick, but we're also kind of okay with that. Alright, play our bigger flyer. We had a sealed pool with a bunch of removal and a bunch of flyers, basically, and yeah, so that's been what we've had. Okay, so we're gonna attack with Boreal Elemental and play our Vampire. I think another Vulture. Those are some nice cards to have to mill, but, you know, gotta do what you gotta do. So, Ripscale Predator, probably just take it, at least the first time it attacks me. I mean, I could double block it with Blood Burglar and Vampire of the Dire Moon. I don't hate that plan. Okay, so let's block. The annoying thing here is that this can draw them like a million cards. It can rummage for them way too much. Maybe enough that I don't even want to let it live. Yeah, you know what? We are going to block it. And then we'll just take 6. We can't let them rummage with this more than a couple times, or, you know, we're in tons of danger. Luckily, they had to discard a real card to rummage there. They discarded a Goblin Smuggler. So, kind of okay with that overall. Okay, so I think we attack. We play Boreal Elemental, trying to threaten lethal in the air. Obviously that Ripscale Predator is bad news. Much better 6-drop than our Frilled Sea Serpent is. Interesting. Now what do you do? Do I go to 6? 6 is a dangerous place to be, given our hand. But I think we do. Let's hope they don't have Uncaged Fury for the win. They do, though. Yeah, I saw it. Saw it coming a mile away. Alright, well, like I said, we got to 5 and 3. That's more than I expected, and so I'm satisfied overall. Uncaged Fury. Okay, so that takes us to 37 and 31. Claim our prize. We'll open our packs here in a second after I do some very basic math that'll take me long enough that it's kind of embarrassing. Yep, same win percentage, more or less, that we already had to start the day, so didn't improve or get worse. Right, so open our packs and talk about what we would first pick. Close out the stream. Now, that was our last one for the day. This is usually about a 4-hour stream, and we went a little bit over today. Chandra's Outrage would be the pick here. Really good removal spell. Horrible rare, so yeah, definitely Chandra's Outrage. Kills lots of things at instant speed. Extra value in that it can do damage to your opponent. So I think I like Rapacious Dragon more than Audacious Thief. I do like them both, though. But the Dragon, I love that it makes it easy to splash. And that's nice. Now it would be Agent of Treachery, which is one of the biggest bombs in the set. I mean, and this is another good example. We talked on the stream today about how there are bombs in this set, sure, and if you can't do something about them, you lose. But the problem in War of the Spark was there were bombs where even if you did something about them, you still lost most of the time. Like the Gods, for example. Agent of Treachery is closer to that than some because he does steal you something straight up and then they use a removal spell, so you're getting kind of a 3-for-1. But he is beatable. But yeah, he is really powerful in that he even has 7 mana because he lets you steal stuff. Which is, you know, short of taking an extra turn, stealing your opponent's creature is often the most powerful thing you can do in the game, especially in Limited, where it's sort of a built-in 2-for-1. Where you not only kill your opponent's creature, basically, you get it for yourself. Probably Scampering Scorcher here. Not a very strong pack. Yep, Scampering Scorcher it is. Fencing Ace, I think, is playable, but, like, barely. And, yeah, there are enough combat tricks and auras that I think it's worth it. And there are actually good auras in this set, which is saying something. So, Vampire of the Dire Moon or Leafkin Druid, I think I'd go with the Vampire. We did just have a pretty good success with it. Now it would be Hanged Executioner, though. A 3-mana, 2/2 flyer, essentially, that can kill something later. Pretty good. Right here, I think it would be Scholar of the Ages. This format has proven to be slow enough, at least in Sealed, that Scholar, and I think in Draft, too, that Scholar of the Ages is great. You usually just win the game if you play it. Like, it's a bomb in that sense, except that you also have to build around it, and there's a lot of difficult stuff, and you don't always win. But the fact that she gets you back 2 removal spells usually is serious. We would have loved her in the deck we just had. Now I think I'd probably take Safara. She's impressed me a little bit. You know, she's another bomb who's easily beatable. If your opponent unsummons her once or twice or puts Dehydration on her, it's like game over, basically. But if she's not killed, she wins the game. I think this is another... Nah, I'd probably take Leafkin Druid over the Scorcher. Mana Dorks. Yeah, still probably Leafkin Druid. Shred Summons is decent, but I don't think it's better than the Scorcher or the other... Yeah, I don't think so. Here it would be Chandra pretty easily, I think. She's... I think at least at this point in the format, she's my candidate for best uncommon. Maybe I don't mean Dehydration, but it's a Dehydration effect. 3 and a blue. Put it on a creature. That creature gets tapped and doesn't untap. What's it called in this set? Yeah, definitely Chandra. Flood of Tears is a dud. We learned that in our draft, in our last Sealed, the hard way. All right, so that does it for today's stream. I'll be back tomorrow. I think I'll probably do draft tomorrow. It's on Magic Online. It's not as pretty, but I've had enough Sealed, I think. Yeah, Sleep Paralysis. That's it. Yeah, I think the very first card that was 4 mana and did that was Dehydration, but maybe I'm wrong. So, thanks everyone for stopping by. Hope you can stop by tomorrow too. And have a nice rest of your Friday, everybody. Have good pre-release too.